All right, yeah. Listen, I found the raw clip of Fresh and Fit Myron's explaining why they don't collab with whatever podcast and Pearl, and it's very important to say Myron because the other one, Fresh Prince, he just kind of exists. He's just a fly on the wall. Doesn't really contribute too much except for behind the scenes stuff. Apparently, I think that Myron just likes to have somebody that he gets to boss around, and that's why he likes to date younger women. Um, anyway, yeah, Myron explains why he doesn't collab with the whatever podcast in Pearl. I feel like part of this is like Red Pill is becoming less and less relevant every single day, with Andrew Tate getting arrested, Fresh and Fit getting demonetized from YouTube, and I think that like creators like Ab and Preach and Destiny have effectively humiliated these individuals. People are just kind of turning away from them. And so it's bringing on the necessity to basically self-consume. Even Sneeko said he's ending the grift and he's no longer doing the red pill shit. It's just not as interesting or popular for people. And so I think that there's frustrations boiling up. They're looking to just to call each other out at this point for attention. So
say he's a hater.
Oh, let's go, hater.
5238. 5238. You are up.
All right. Go ahead, man. What's your critique?
I'm in this bitch.
We got you.
All right. So actually, I'm a long-time fan, but I'm putting on my hater hat today, man.
Sure.
I got some criticisms for you.
damn, hater hat.
All right, man. So the first one.
That's sure. You don't know why I don't like Fresh and Fit. Our views typically align very heavily. Yeah, you're right. How silly of me.
I remember back when Kevin Samuels was alive, right? Before he died, you guys had a little bit of beef going on, and
goodness,
it's unfortunate it didn't get resolved. I remember you had that super long podcast where you were showing all the text messages and stuff, and I remember that you wanted to do the best that you could to resolve the conflict between the two of you and go ahead and work together because he was an inspiration for you, so on and so forth, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, with your growth and all that, man, a lot of the people who were in your audience grew and made their own podcasts, and they want to work with you. And now that you're in that position that Kevin Samuels was in, the energy is kind of fucked up that you're giving these guys. Now, the ones that were your former employees that went off and disrespected you, I understand that. But like the white folks and the Jewish folks that are wanting to work with you.
You think that there's a racial element to it? I mean, maybe with Pearl because she's goofy and she's also seems to be kind of racist. So I guess I would get that. But outside of that, like, is there actually like do you actually think that there's a racial element to it?
They can reach places that you can't. I don't understand why you wouldn't necessarily take a Machiavellian approach. You know what I'm saying? And just feed off of them and go ahead and grow with them when none of these guys say anything negative about you when they mention you.
Number one, we don't refrain from working with people based on the color of their skin or their...
I mean, they got a good argument there because they worked with John Zerka and they literally were just racist to Ab and Preach, calling them monkeys and pretending to be KKK members, which was insane. I mean, the fact that didn't get them demonetized sooner was wild.
Background that absolutely has zero bearing on.
But I don't know if this person was trying to insinuate that they were staying away from white people because they don't like them. I think it was more that this person's like, hey, there are white manosphere content creators and they reach a different audience, and it would be good to work with them, which is true. Like, it does make sense. I would say it makes sense. It's a different audience. I think the manosphere is a little bit different than other audiences. It does tend to be more divided. I think race is a level of like a way that the audience can be divided from just a pure business perspective. I think that there can be a very different audience with a black manosphere creators versus white manosphere creators, and you could have an intermingling of an audience and kind of mix a little bit, and you could introduce each other to different people. So
anything, that's number one. As far as the situation, so you're saying why don't we work with certain individuals?
Yeah, basically.
Well, for one, We don't owe anybody anything. That's for sure. And
Wow. Well, that has absolutely nothing to do with the conversation. So great. We don't owe anybody anything. That's not the conversation that was happening. But okay, I guess he had mentioned why paying it back, but I feel like okay, whatever.
It's like we've actually worked people from the very beginning that were supposed to be on some level. I want to say a part of our culture, part of our I want to say space, and a lot of them turn us down. So it's kind of like at this point we're just doing what we need to do to move forward.
You know what? Let's go ahead. Let's just go because I want to make sure we address this appropriately. Who are you talking about specifically?
Yeah,
go
exactly.
ahead. Go ahead.
Who in detail?
Who are you talking about specifically? And I'll go ahead and tell you why we don't work with
Just Pearly things and whatever podcast.
I knew he was going to say that.
Yeah.
Okay. Number one, y'all might.
I mean, I get Pearl. She's just a fucking idiot. And at the end of the day, there's no substance to Pearl. She mostly just parrots what everybody else says. She doesn't believe what she says. I think that these two believe what they're saying. You can say that they are genuine. They're wrong, 1,000% incorrect about pretty much everything that they think and feel. Because they're not facts based. They're feelings based. They're just basically they're just SJWs on Twitter, TikTok right now. They're the same as 14-year-old non-binary people. So I get Pearl. There's no substance. She's a loser. I don't understand the whatever podcast because they seem to be in the same level, like pretty successful and like more of a long-term steady capacity.
Might not know this, and I have no problem with Pearl personally, but she made a hit piece on us back when we were going through the fucking situation with Anus and Reach.
Yes.
Okay? I
What hit piece
have
did you
a
make?
serious, as you guys know, loyalty is extremely important to me. If you talk shit about
Yeah.
me, I will not.
That's basically the way that he operates is that like he's so loyal he'll defend a sex trafficking rapist like Andrew Tate. It's true. I mean, I guess hey, loyalty is pretty base. Am I right?
I forget. And
Then again, he said to women that were raped that that's their fault that they picked bad men. So it makes sense that he wouldn't care about sexual assault victims or survivors.
she made a hit piece on us. Y'all might not know about this, and I'm not saying this to attack or whatever, but facts are facts.
Okay.
She made a hit piece on us back when all this shit was going on in August of 2021. At the worst time, she kicked us when we were down.
Yeah.
So
What was the hit piece? August 2021? Maybe I'm wrong, but wasn't that when they were falsely DMCAing people? Was it a hit piece or was it like reasonable criticism?
that's why we don't work with her. There's your
Whatever.
answer. Now, as far as whatever goes, the reason why we don't work with them is because I'm not going to align myself with someone that isn't a part of the red pill space for real. I'm going to just call it a million.
It's money.
He's here for money, bro.
Yeah.
Let's just call it all the way 1,000. He's here to make a buck, which is
What's that? The whatever podcast, I guess?
fine. I'm never going to knock someone for being a capitalist, but he's not really in this space to help men from what I can see. If
Well,
you're
neither are you. You're in the space to just shit on women. But if your argument is, I guess the argument is he doesn't think that they're genuine. So okay, maybe I don't really know or care about that. Okay, cool.
out here selling pocket pussies and, having
I mean, you're friends with Andrew Tate, who sells webcam porn to people and then says you shouldn't engage in porn. So I don't know how you could have that take.
long ass podcasts, draw out clips, etc. I understand the business strategy, but we don't align with that because you guys have asked us a million times.
What?
So I want
Long ass pod. You do long ass podcasts too. What the fuck are you talking
to
about?
address this once and for all. Pearl, y'all know why. Whatever, we don't align in our belief system. That's not to knock him or who he is or how he
We wish
runs
him
his
the best, by
business.
the way.
We actually wish him the best.
There you go.
But
Okay.
he doesn't. He doesn't have the same values as us, and I personally think he's in it for the money, and that's not why we're in it. We're in it for completely different
Oh
reasons.
no, not the money.
There you go.
There's your answer. What do you got to say to that?
I appreciate you being forthcoming with it, man. Anytime that it was mentioned, I knew that you didn't want to go into their names, and I was being respectful of that. And the fact that you allowed me to mention their names, I appreciate you giving a straightforward answer with that.
Yeah.
So if
I feel like the reason that they're being straightforward with the names is because they're at a point now where they could use the attention. I mean, again, with being demonetized and whatnot and Red Pill falling off, they're probably feeling a squeeze. They're probably still very successful, but comparatively, they're doing worse than they were before, and it's probably stressing them. So they're like, yeah, you know what? We will call these people out. Fuck it. Why not?
it's cool, I'd like to go on to the next criticism.
Yeah, sure, man.
Let's hear it.
But
Let's
yeah,
hear the next
again,
criticism.
All right,
here's the
man.
thing. A lot of y'all asked that question, so I figured, bro, we might as well just address this because a lot of y'all don't know why, and people look at it as like, oh, Fresh and Fit thinks they're too high and mighty, or they're assholes, or blah blah blah. Guys, trust me, there's very valid reasons why we might not necessarily collab with someone. It's not like I said, and you guys have seen us bring guys on that we worked with before, right? Donovan Sharp, Minister Jap, Rolo Tomasi, John from Modern Life Dating, Troy Francis, etc.
Okay.
Like, we bring them on. We have no problem. Lucari.
Isn't MLD the one that like beat a woman in Tokyo? Like, cause he's an abusive piece of shit, right?
Yeah, we have no problem working with people that we worked with before and bringing them up with us. It's not about the clout and the money with us. With us.
I remember we were super small.
Imagine being a grown ass man listening to Red Pill content for sure, man. I mean, at the end of the day, Red Pill's just like crybaby cope. The most of the shit that you're hearing on Red Pill content is just complaining about how horrible women are. That's it. It's a victim festival. Oh, women are bad because blah 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 blah. Yeah, sure. Women do bad stuff, men do bad stuff. But when you sit and you actively engage in a community that just blames another group for all your problems, you're a loser. Like, that's all it comes down to, and that's all Red Pill content is blaming another group for all your problems. We see that all over the internet. I don't know why more conservative leaning people will criticize like LGBTQ people or people of color for doing the same thing in online spaces, but then when it comes to Red Pill, all of a sudden, what, this one's different? No, you're all obnoxious. There's reasonable male advocation. There's reasonable advocation for people of color. There's reasonable advocation for LGBTQ people. But at the end of the day, if your entire shit centralizes around complaining and blaming another group for all of your problems in an unproductive, like, baby way, it's just loser shit. That's fucking exhausting.
Trying to get guests for the show. They don't want to work with us at all. Now that we're big, you want to double back now? So to me, it's kind of like, hey, we're just keeping it 100.
I'm keeping it 100
from
baby.
day one.
Not saying that I don't know if whatever had reached out to us before that. Oh, they did?
Yeah. You forgot he was a prank channel first.
No, I know that, but I didn't know he had reached out before. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay,
But again,
aren't you friends with Sneeko though? Are you no longer friends with Sneeko? He literally said that he was done with Red Pill because it was like not profitable for him anymore.
he was just trying to, I guess, change gears and change avenue of content, and want to use us as that, segue.
Okay.
But nah.
Yeah. So my point is, I'm trying to say is this: we don't have an issue with growing with other people or helping other people at all.
Guys need to get
guys
out.
Have seen it where we bring guys on, right? That don't necessarily. I'll keep it 1,000. It might not benefit us to bring us on, but we grew. We started with them. We end with them.
Yeah, from the beginning.
As a matter of fact, keep it 1,000 with y'all. We'll probably get more benefit from collabing with a Pearl or whatever than bringing some of the guys on the show.
Yeah.
We don't give a fuck about money. Loyalty is everything. Integrity is everything.
Okay. It just seems like you're sensitive and can't take criticism. Like, if you didn't like Pearl because you think that she's a fucking idiot, dude, my head is literal fucking. It's like a shining star right now. Holy fuck. If you said I don't want to bring Pearl on because I think that she's like dumb or whatever, like, that's fine. But one video from 2 or 3 years ago, that's the reason that you calling a hit piece. That's it. That's your reason you want to talk to her. That's loser shit. Whatever podcast. Oh, I don't think they're really into it. Okay. It just sounds. I don't know. To me, it sounds like an ego issue. You probably are upset that they might take you over. They might be doing better than you. Oh, their business strategy. I get it, but like, okay.
I don't have to benefit from a collab for me to do it if it's with people that I rock with. I'd rather do it with someone that I rock with where I might not get benefit and they get benefit versus doing it with someone where I get benefit, but I don't align with that individual.
For example, people hate Marquette. We brought him on. He showed his brilliance, his intelligence, his, I want to say, wealth of knowledge. Now you guys love him. It's like, on some level, loyalty does pay off. So, I mean,
and Marquette, again, y'all can say what y'all want to say about him, but
it seems like they get similar views on their streams. Whatever podcast seems to stream for about 3 hours. Fresh and Fit does the same thing. I don't understand why they're talking about how they just stream for a long time. They all seem to stream for like the same amount of time, 5 hours or here. And what Fresh and Fit does 2.5 or 3. Why? Who cares? I don't understand. But they separate into multiple streams. This is 5 hours worth of content across 2 different streams. Oh, it actually seems like whatever podcast is doing consistently better. Maybe that's what it is. Okay, interesting.
Has integrity. He was with us.
Yeah, you believe my irony. He seems like a quality guy. True, you got me on that one.
People were talking shit.
Yep.
Right. He came and did a collab with us when he didn't have to, and then on top of that, y'all might say, "Oh, he talks shit about Fresh Fit, blah blah blah." Nigga, that's clickbait. Y'all don't see his titles, he's clickbait. And we don't have an issue with that. And here's the other thing too, and I don't want to pull the curtain too much on this, but he always hits me up on the side. So the man is a man of honor. The man is a man of integrity. You guys might not see it outwardly, but trust me, He's a man of integrity. Unlike some
Trust
other
me, guys. The guy that clearly is not a man of integrity is a man of integrity. I don't know the guy. I don't know whether he is or isn't. I don't care, but he probably isn't. He's probably just fresh and fit like that guy more. That's pretty much it.
individuals.
And also off camera, he will fuck you up.
Yeah.
So don't play around,
Yeah,
bro.
there's a reason why O'Shea don't make videos on him.
Don't
Bitch
play
ass
with that nigga, bro.
Yeah,
Stop
so
playing with that
he
nigga,
made
man.
O'Shea literally run like a fucking dog
Damn, this is brain rot right now.
between his legs, man. So the dude is the real deal. He's
Yeah.
actually out here doing shit. He's
He's
a
a
man of
business
integrity. He's a man
man.
of honor. So we rock with him. Don't trust me when he puts videos out that you guys might think it's us. Trust me, it's clickbait, and he always hits us up on the side. So he's a real nigga, man. I fuck with Marquette heavy every
It doesn't really come off right when they say the N word, does it? It just sounds like a fucking white nasally kid saying it.
time we're in Vegas. He rolls out the red carpet. He helps us out.
Yep.
He takes care of us, bro. Like again, relationships, integrity, honor. That's what I value. I don't give a fuck about money. I just bought my 16th house. Okay.
Whoa.
It's about
That sounds like you need that.
relationships with individuals
Oh.
that I respect. We could
I'm gonna go full fat mode.
or make a bunch of grow our channel significantly by collabing with some of these creators that you guys mentioned. But that's not what we care about.
And sponsors too. By the way, you guys don't see what happens off camera, but that does say a lot about who comes on the show as well. So there you go.
Yeah. Sorry. So your second question, right? Go ahead, bro.
We should do one per caller because we got a bunch of callers here that
I got a question for you guys. What do you think of this? What do you think of these dogs? What do you think of these dogs? You think they're barking right now? This is an educational video to show you about how dogs bark. So don't worry about that. What do you think about this, fresh and fit? What do you think about my stinky feet? It's okay, I showered.
All right. Go,
Next
hit us
question.
with
Next
that
question.
second criticism,
Next
please.
question.
Just make it fast. But I want to make sure we give a thorough explanation
All right,
there.
so the,
Yeah, thorough. Mhm.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Hey,
Hello.
sir, he said make it fast. Hurry up.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So the second criticism, man.
Typical fresh and fit fans, am I right? Play.
I understand that Fresh's value is not necessarily seen. You know, he
This is Fresh here, Fresh Prince.
networks. He goes and talks with people. You actually have mentioned several times that he has more game with you when it comes to the females and stuff like that.
That guy? Incredible.
But you guys have pivoted more towards the self-development, and Fresh ain't really talking about game no more. So I don't really understand, you know, why don't
It's because he got dumpstered on by people because everybody knows these two don't have any game. These guys have money, so they get pussy. They go on sugar baby websites. They say, I'll give you money if you'll have sex with me. I'll buy you a bottle. And they don't eat pussy. They don't make women come. They lie about threesomes. It's weird. They're just weird. They're typical fucking teenage boys.
you have Chris on the panel? Chris, that nigga's hilarious. That nigga's funny. But you'll let niggas like Zerka, you know what I'm saying, annoy the fuck out of folks. Now, Zerka's funny as well, but
Yeah, and racist.
I'm saying you should at least give Chris one day out the week.
Based.
You know what I'm saying? Switch places with Fresh.
We have before.
Chris has a lot, nigga. He be talking more than Fresh a lot.
Yeah, but y'all be shutting that nigga up, and the way that you shut him up, man, you be acting like you want to fire this nigga sometimes because he be pissing you off, man. I'm like, man, come on, man.
Bro, he be
Let the
ad-libbing
boy
a lot
cook.
sometimes.
Let that nigga cook, man.
Nobody's firing Chris, bro.
Yeah,
Let him cook,
Chris
guys.
is
Bro.
Yeah, Chris
Let
is
him
going
fry up some food, bro.
All right, that's good,
Oops.
man. And the last thing, and then I'm gonna let y'all go,
Yeah,
man.
let him
I'm
go.
still
No,
trying to put my thumb in Nike's ass. man.
Wait, real quick. You brought up me being on the show.
Well, I thought you were only going to do one per person. Now this dude's about to do 3. This is fucked up. All right, he's taking valuable time from your other loyal, intelligent fans.
What's the real issue?
You said what?
You brought up me being on the show. What's the real issue?
This is the real issue. Right here. I think the real issue is you're fucking boring, dude. You're boring. You don't actually contribute anything. When Myron's not on the show, you can't handle yourself. You're like a little baby in the corner. You let Sneeko and that other fucking guy roll over people like DJ Academics. And I understand that they apologize, and that's fine. My criticism is that this guy's a pussy and he can't fucking run the show by himself. Frankly, I don't think he does anything. I think he's just a fucking right-hand man to Myron to make him feel better ego-wise. I think that this is just his hype man. He just jerks him off. This is his fucking wingman. Yeah, you look so handsome today, Myron. Oh, my God. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, don't worry. I know you're balding, but just put some shoe polish on there or something. You know? I think that's all. I know I'm balding too, but you don't see me fucking getting goddamn, head implants. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a shit, dude. I don't care. The beta
There's
male.
no issue with you being on the show because, like I said, you add value in a lot of ways. The only thing that kind of
Disagree.
sucks, I guess I understand why you guys do it. You don't really talk about game as much, so you're kind of quiet when it comes to, you know, the PUA kind of stuff. And I understand that you guys are pivoting more towards self-development, but seeing as how you guys have left that alone, you're a bit more quiet. Mind you, I did see the dating app thing that you did recently, but in terms of like the overall content that you've been pushing for the past 6-7 months, hasn't really been leaning more towards game. It's just more towards like awareness when it comes to the after hour shit. It isn't really much like how to's. And with you being the better guy, the
Do
guy
people really go to these guys for advice? You must be in a really sad state of your life if you feel the need to go to these two for fucking dating advice. This is just kind of pathetic. I mean, you know, I'm the Rizzler here, personally. You know, I'm the fucking Rizzler. The number one dating advice is try to treat women like people, even though they're not. You know, because like, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, let me tell you about my day. Oh, you know, okay, and they'll fuck you. That's all you gotta do. Talk to them, pretend like you care, fuck them, and that's it. That's my dating advice. Boom, easy peasy. Pretend you give a shit. You got to get good at pretending that you care about women without it seeming like you don't care, you know? You have to be a real method actor to get dates with women. Because you got to be like, they're like, oh, so here are my hopes, my dreams, and my aspirations. And I'm just sitting there like, oh, of course, duh. You know? Oh, yeah, that's crazy. Oh, yeah, your dad used to hit you? That's so sad. Oh, you want to be an actress one day? Oh, yeah, you could totally do that. You're so beautiful. You know? Oh, yeah. Papa is in his Omegle scrolling position. True. Fresh claims he had 1,000 bodies before the podcast. Who cares, dude? He had money. It's easy mode. Who gives a shit? That's not real grind. Bro, I got a solid amount of bodies. I'm a morbidly obese man that's not rich. And I got a good amount of pussy. I got a satisfactory amount of pussy. I think it's like 20 something bodies. What do you think is harder in life? To get pussy looking like this or get pussy looking like that with money? I'm playing on hard mode, dude. I'm playing on hard mode. I'm singing. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Now I'm married, but you know what I mean? If I could do it, so can you guys.
who has more game, you know, you're not really teaching that. And as a matter of fact, to take it a step further, man, when I watch the 8-hour streams and shit like that, and you're coming in, you know, in the morning after these niggas are chasing each other around with nooses and shit, Myron's criticizing you for fucking all the hoes that you be fucking, man. So it's like, you know, I understand that you guys are pivoting away from that. So if y'all aren't going to talk about game as much, and you're going to just sit there and kind of be quiet, and
I mean, at what point do you get? At what age do you get to a point where it's like having sex with a new girl every day? When does that become boring? I mean, like I'm 33. It's boring. Like it's not that hard to get pussy. Oh, I went to a club. I spent $5,000 because I'm rich. I got a girl. Oh, okay, cool. It's high school shit, man. Grow up. You know what I mean? It's grow up. It's like this guy wants to live vicariously through them. Yeah, man, can you talk about those girls you used to fuck? I mean, like, that was so cool because I can't do it. Oh, why? Why? I don't like women. I'm fucking secretly gay. I feel like most of the people in this red pill shit are fucking secretly gay. And they're trying to figure out how to get a woman because they don't like women. So they don't know what women want because they don't observe that. And they're just fucking like hiding their sexuality.
The flow. I'm just saying switch with Chris every now and then and let Chris talk his shit.
So we did a show about dating apps recently. We did a show today.
Whoa, a show about dating apps? How many times can you do a show about fucking dating apps?
That I mentioned.
And my foundation is in-game, 100%. I do have a lot of gems here and there because I'm actually in the dating market doing every single day.
Why? It's embarrassing. You should listen. I don't understand. Like, if it's a 30-something-year-old woman in the dating market? That's embarrassing. If it's a 30-something-year-old man in the dating market, that's still embarrassing. Sorry if you're like 30-something in the dating market. Sorry, but it's embarrassing for you. Unless you're divorced or something, I get it then. But you know. But
again, most of the show regarding other topics, I'm not well versed in. However, I listen to people and I want to hear their opinion.
That's crazy.
Now, for one, like I said before, Myron is the A mic. I'm the B mic. And again, imagine if we both talked the same amount of time, the guest would not be heard. So it's kind of like,
Yeah, especially since you're fumbling through being able to speak right now. I mean, yeah, it would be a tragedy if you talked more.
I'm going to do talking because once again, he's more articulate, and two, for the
He's
guests as well,
he's more articulate.
they need to speak as well. So I think on some level, I understand my role, and that in itself.
Why are you taking it so personally? Just to be like, yeah, no, dude, this is like I talk not as much as Myron. Why the fuck are you caring? This guy's had 15 minutes. Let somebody else talk, bro.
Means I have to be quiet for a portion of the time.
Sticking out your gat for the Rizzler. You're so skibbity.
And again, you know,
You're
I'm
so
not
phantom
dissing your value.
tax.
I'm not saying that you don't.
I just
provide
wanna
value. I'm just
be
asking
your
that you switch with Chris every
Sigma.
now and then, at least once a week.
Makes the girl's pussy's wet as fuck.
You don't get enough of Chris on After Hours?
Because that nigga Chris is hilarious.
He talks a lot, bro.
The episode that Chris had when he got on the panel was funny as fuck, man. The nigga's relentless, man. So, I mean,
Bro, stop saying that word. I'm going to end up saying it on accident. It's fucking me up.
I just think for comedic value, Chris is a little bit funnier than you are.
Damn, dude, he's going fucking personal. He's just trying to flame you at this point.
He has a camera and a mic.
That a lot of niggas complain about. You're the first guy to come in and say, you're the first guy to actually come in and say that. Like, bro, the niggas be
Myron
complaining.
does not let that nigga cook. Myron be shutting that nigga up, man.
Bro,
We do let cook.
We do love, nigga. You don't hear his ad libs? He's like Jim Jones. He's like Jeezy in 05.
You fast.
Yeah.
Slut.
Oh, you old.
You old.
Oh, you old. Oh.
Shut up, bitch.
Yeah, whore.
What? 30.
Nigga, half the sound effects. Bro, half the sound effects don't even be me no more. They be him.
You're an old whore.
And here's the other thing, too. I don't know if you peep
It sounds like they don't like this guy. They feel like his jokes aren't very good. He calls them whores or something.
this. Nigga enjoys being in the back and saying wild shit and then not putting the camera on himself.
Yeah, bro.
Have you caught that? Mind you, he's the dude with the switcher.
I can't believe I'm watching this.
See, there's a lot of shit behind the scenes y'all niggas don't see. The nigga likes being
All right, cool.
tapping and
Cool face. All right, guys, enough of that. I'm over it.